Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency video. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. But first things first, I just wanted to say hi to Tina in Stockholm in Sweden, who always sends my videos to her son. I always appreciate the support, and I just wanted to say I hope you have a wonderful day and appreciate it. So guys, right here we're looking at the charts. I do not do much TA. I watch a lot of TA. I study it, but I'm not going to pretend, that I know what I'm talking about. I stay in my zone of competence, and I preferably like to look at the fundamentals. Now, with this channel, though, there's a lot of conflicting viewpoints as always, and I find it interesting that we are seeing ODL, on-demand liquidity, scaling up as we know, and we're staying within this channel. And a lot of people are predicting, that we'll see a drop all the way to 25 cents, knock some stop losses out and some orders and wipe some order books before popping up. And then other people are predicting that, in my opinion, I think in the next 24 hours, 48 hours, it's very potential that we could see, 31, 32 cents in that range. Wouldn't surprise me. It would follow what we've been seeing. But again, the more often this happens, the more likely that this is not going to occur. But it's interesting that as we are approaching SWELL, things are ramping up, and it's favorable for Ripple to see price appreciation before their annual conference. And in my belief, it wouldn't surprise me to see a pump over 40 cents within the next 2 or 3 weeks. And with SWELL, when I'm saying a pump, I'm saying a price appreciation of XRP. XRP going up in price as we are approaching. The typical adage, buy the rumor, sell the news. Now, usually these pumps historically happen about 2 weeks beforehand. Of course, I'm filming this today as October 21st. 2 weeks exactly would be the 24th because SWELL is in Singapore on November 7th and 8th. So do you guys think that we will see a pump, 40 cents, 60 cents? There's so many people that are speculating this. Keep in mind, this is not my prediction. I am just sharing thoughts and sentiment. I want to get a consensus. Comment down below what your anticipation is. Do you think we're going to drop? Do you think we're just going to, stay the same? But I would like to see something by end of week in terms of a significant pump. Now, again, 29 cents that we're sitting at currently to 32 cents in the next 24 hours is what I think is feasible. That would be another 10% increase right there. So again, we will see. Just watch out for some quick drawdowns. There's, some wicks can come down if anyone has stop losses set. It might not be a bad idea to have some cash on the side and maybe have a little limit order, whatever you think the wick will go down to. But again, with these low prices, if it's a small bag of fiat on the side, I don't think it matters. In my opinion, anything under $1 per XRP is a complete steal. None of this is financial advice. This is one man's opinion. Always do your own research. Do not just watch one YouTuber. Do not just read a few articles. Do some in-depth analysis. But again, this value has been suppressed for a really, really long time, and it's not going to stay there forever. There's articles resurfacing again, spreading FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt on how XRP will never pass $1 again. This is just like 2017, just like 2018. This is hilarious. This is making me more bullish. We've had the most positive news ever for Ripple as a company, for the XRP ecosystem and developments in the year 2019, better than ever. This has been a painful bear market for a lot of people because there's so much cognitive dissonance. We are seeing the best news ever, and news used to just pop the price up. We would see 20% in a day, 50% in a day, especially during bull runs. You would see your portfolio quadruple. It was the greatest feeling ever, and a lot of people that came in are wiped out. They gave up hope. They didn't continue the research. They didn't even keep up personal motivation, and they went on to do other things. Hopefully they're holding small bags for the future because I think the potential is unbelievable. But again, this space is not for everybody. It doesn't matter, But again, I'm passionate about the space. I'm passionate about the tech. But don't let me fool you. Just like many of you, I'd imagine, I'm here to make money and get a phenomenal return on my investment. Generational wealth. I'm not here to 3 or 4x. I'm talking 100x, 1000x down the road if we see the utility that we want to see. And in my opinion, we are seeing everything happen that we need to. So I'm going to try to keep this simple and sweet. I know it's just ranting there. Go over a few tweets and articles, and we will call it a night. So right here, XRP Darren, we've seen this picture before. Again, regardless of the hype, Ripple was once a small startup. Well, small startup, yeah, but they had billions in funding with a speculative digital asset XRP that was worth sub 1 penny. Now they're developing the ecosystem, paving the way for all digital assets. And keep in mind, they're rubbing elbows with the top of central bankers. Now they've been working with, some of the top 40 and 50 governments. They're still actively working with them. And then about, the top 30 central banks, or at least 30 of the top central banks. Now, I mean, right here in this picture, director of the monetary markets, we have, of the IMF, we have chairman Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority, we have chief exec Hong Kong Monetary Authority, SNBBNS. I mean, we have some key players, and then we recognize the back of this head, of course, Christine Lagarde. Now she's going to be is with the ECB. How much more bullish can you get? Do you see Vitalik? Do you see anybody from any other altcoin group working with these guys, with true regulators in terms of the fintech space? No. And I'm not trying to diss on any other project. I think a lot of other altcoins do have tremendous upside, but for me, I think the biggest dent in the universe will be XRP solving the payments problem initially. There's still going to be applications for oracles with Link, smart contracts with Ethereum if it can scale properly. But for me, XRP is a no-brainer to have in your portfolio. And no, I'm not paid by anybody to say this, all right? Ripple's not paying me. I just, I'm passionate about this. I've finally stumbled upon XRP a couple years ago and fell in love ever since. All right, Vitsevind, I always say his name wrong. Basically, he stumbled upon a great idea, and now they have web monetization on Coil-enabled music player donating to artists straight from the MP3 ID3 tag. So check this out. I'm going to click this article. I pay for a Coil subscription $5 a month, and it'll actually play music. I'm going to try to pause it right away. Log into Coil. I'm going to pause it so I don't get a copyright. And why is it doing that? Of course it's not working when I'm recording. Is it loading? It was working earlier, guys. Is that loading? All right, and then playing, and let me pause it. But anyways, as we can see here, I'm streaming micropayments right now of XRP. Micropayments. Remember, this is going to be the future. This is only one part. I think it's not just going to be XRP, don't get me wrong. But again, imagine having a Netflix, subscription, and instead of paying whatever the rate is per month, you only pay for what you use. It's going to be a utility economy, a digital tokenized economy. I'm going to close some of these tabs up really quick. All right, next, I always love these little tweets. XRP Center by XRP Research Center this week in XRP, kind of like what Pompliano does for Bitcoin, except I believe we have true developments. So Ripple invests in Bitso, and we know Bitso, obviously, huge exchange, and we've seen the volume ramping up phenomenally. I probably should follow them, but And we got FXCM launches Crypto Basket with XRP, so more products, and again, this is Forex, gold, and stock indices, a bunch of different types of indexes. Again, additional on-ramps, lowering the barrier to entry. More exposure for XRP as an asset. We got showcases the WM is an abbreviation for the web monetization music player that I just showed you. We got CoinField, their huge exchange in Canada, reveals the solo coin and building and bringing traditional markets of the stock exchange. And this is potentially tons and tons of money onto the XRP ecosystem. Now, again, it's debatable what kind of effect Solo and the whole project will have as a whole, but I think that all publicity is good publicity for the XRP ecosystem. And of course, XRP, the ledger, is a no-brainer to build upon. Then we got Spring Development, or Dev. Again, Spring invests in Toa Labs. We've gone over that. And then we have iSafePal, or the SafePal wallet, again, is now supporting XRP. And then MoneyGram CEO Alex Holmes, again, will be speaking at Swell, which is awesome. I know it might not be a big surprise to a lot of you because you've already seen the video of him preaching on how XRP has offered so much savings already, and the more that they scale up in this quarter and the following quarter, that's where all the savings will truly lie. And then, of course, the XRP markets report for Q3 2019. So I know a lot of you have gone through that, and I'm excited to see Alex Holmes go over MoneyGram's success with the XRP ecosystem. We've already seen them starting to scale up as well, and I'm going to go over what we've seen and what Alex Cobb has discovered as well. So right here, Alex Cobb. So when we got the news that the OnDemand Liquidity transactions, this is XRP, guys, all right, formerly XRapid, the software product, were being batched. Typically, these payments with OnDemand Liquidity with XRapid was 7,500 XRP per transfer. So we're just seeing kind of low volume, low value payments, more or less. All right. Now we are seeing the same thing, except now there's batches of 40,000 XRP per payment. So you're starting to see 40K XRP in these payment streams. But what's cool, and this is a few days ago, keep in mind, now we've actually seen a few payments that Alex Cobb found on his YouTube channel. He has another one that is literally live streaming this all the time. So check this out. And there were literally 285,000 XRP on-demand liquidities, or payments, batched payments spotted this morning. So it seems like they're scaling up these batches. And I know a lot of you, 85,000, 100,000 XRP. Keep in mind that's close to $30,000 right there. So we're starting to see these payments increase and increase. Remember, at the time, we were only seeing $1 million in transaction volume a day. Now, what did I see? 1.8 million. So we're almost doubling. Now, keep in mind, we talked about Brianne Madigan scaling up from that to 10 million a day to 100 million a day. These are her words, straight from the horse's mouth, not mine. And you have to use your imagination when not only we're scaling and sending larger payments, which will increase the price as well, especially when there's overlap on the ledger, but we'll be able to get into more corridors as well and get more attention. So in MoneyGram, the second largest money transfer service, the CEO, Alex Holmes, preaches and praises XRP usage at Swell. This is going to get a lot of attention, a lot of not only the fintechs and all these different FIs, but the banks as well. So I imagine we're going to see a huge announcement. I know everybody's hyping it on YouTube, but you can't really blame them because something big is brewing. So again, let me see. And then again, right here, payments. So I always follow these guys. I am Legion. Thank you. He always tags me in this. But why are so many FIs, financial institutions, rolling out payment networks intended to knit together real-time systems? So RTP, real-time payments. Read about this from the latest. We got Visa, Swift, and more. And it's all about faster payments. It's all about enabling real-time payments. And you can see the trends. We've been talking about this for at least a year at this point. And I just want to say, keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on the groups that are involved as well. You will see the connection. Oftentimes, RippleNet partners. And then lastly, we got I Am Legion. This is just an old thing I've shown before on the Ripple website. And again, our goal to make XRP the global reserve currency. And do you think they were kidding? And I know a lot of newcomers, they think this is some joke. They think that the XRP fans, the XRP army, anybody that supports or invests in XRP is just making this up. But literally XRP, Ripple's website has said this. And as we can see right here, Rippled open source codebase. Most importantly, we remain more committed than ever to the simple goal of making XRP the world's reserve digital currency. Now, this was at some point in 2017. We've seen these screenshots. This was, actual on ripple.com. I don't know if it's still there since the update. You might be able to just search it from the database and see some old articles that they wrote on the insights. Again, I'm pretty sure it's still there, but go ahead and check that out if you don't believe me. But with that, guys, I feel like I've been rambling enough. Let's keep an eye on XRP price. Do you think it's going to stay in this channel? Again, I did not give a price prediction. I'm saying anything can happen, but I'd imagine that in the next 24, 48 hours, it would not surprise me to see a 10% spike, just like we have been seeing in the past. So again, guys, with that, appreciate all the support, and I'll see you in the next video.